It's list time! Hello, welcome to the best figures of 2022 by the real Payne, that's me. Quick rules for this list. Only figures that were released in this year and this year only. Even if I reviewed something from years before, doesn't count. And I'm trying to look for the best. The one figures that really make me go, wow, holy crap, this is amazing. But also by that, obviously I have my preferences. Like, this is why every list will look different. Some people prefer look, design, paint, accessories and whatnot. So to each their own, but I got my list. And as always, as every year, I invite you to write down your favorites down in the comments. Remember, I read all the comments and I'll reply to you if I feel like I should. Anyway, let's get right into the list. Well, I actually baited you because there's some honorable mentions. First and foremost, I haven't even reviewed this yet, but this is the As Well Batman from McFarlane Toys. I picked this up like 2 days ago because I looked some other lists and some people were like, this figure's really good. So I picked it up and yes, it's really good. It's really solid. It's really fun to play around with. The other honorable mention is the Figma Doomslayer. Yes, this has... I kind of wanted to put this on a list, but also it's very controversial because, yeah, he has these weird, way too small joints and like the shoulder pads. I still like them, but some people go like, oh, it's and if I want to look at the best, well, this figure is still really cool looking, has a ton of great accessories. There's some things they could have obviously done better, and as such, I was gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna put in the honorable mention. And finally, we got the Makoto Sukeban version with the middle finger. Once again, as much as I love this figure, putting my hand in the back so the camera focuses on it. As much as I love this one, it really doesn't break any new ground. I mean, it has the cloth skirt. Not perfect, once again. They play around with the cloth. Some of it is good, some of it is whatever. And I love this figure. I love the middle finger and has a bunch of cool accessories. But in general, it's one of the most basic Figma releases that we got. So, again, I can kind of be like, I want to have a look at the best. So let's go. And for the number 10 spot, we're starting this off right with cheating, as I have two entries at the same spot. On one hand, I got Slash, and on the other hand, I got Slash. Because I just couldn't decide which one I like more. They're both beautiful, they're both lovely, and I both equally love them like children. But this NECA Slash, for me personally, is their redemption to it. We already had the cartoon Slash, which is a lot more goofy looking, and yeah, they went by the design, and that's fine. But then they had this just awful Slash for the Turtles in Time arcade line, which was way too small and didn't really look right. Now to have this beast, this is the Slash I always wanted, even though like it's from the Adventures comic, so the color is different, but still I like it. I love it actually, and even though it just recycled the body of Toka, I don't care. This is the Slash I wanted for the NECA lineup, so I really cherish this one. And for Slash, for Super 7, this has been the perfect representation of the old school toy. Made it better, made it bigger, and it's super solid, which is something that Super 7 had issues this year with. But this is their best release by far, and if I only pick one, that has to be the best Super 7. And personally, well, who's the best Slash? You decide. That's up to you. On to the next one. I don't know if you noticed, but I love cute anime girls and also love hololive. So, as such, I got the Usada Pekora. Even though, as I said before, this is not really groundbreaking in terms of Figma, but it's one of the best, just generally speaking, when it comes to paint. The articulation works very well. I think they made a very clean job, especially with the little rope that you can split it apart in the back for some better poses. They went the extra mile on it. And as far as the accessories goes, once again, I thought like a microphone would have been better, but having the rocket launcher is really just a cool, unique accessory, and it adds a lot to, you know, swapping around with other Figmas. And overall, Pekora is really cool, so. That was awful. Let me try again. And when it comes to my favorite release from Storm Collectibles this year, it would be Evil Ryu. Now, Storm is just amazing in doing muscle work. That's why they really shine in bringing out this big, bulky Street Fighter guys. But Evil Ryu, I feel like, went a step above all of that. First and foremost, you have the classics, The articulation works very well. It's nothing new, but then you have a little bit of different paint applications in the hole in his chest, also like the big symbol in the back. And you have all these little flame parts, flame energy parts that you can put on throughout the figure to go up with a lot of cool and different poses. Very unique in that regard, and it's fun to pose him, it's fun to play around with him, and he looks great. Also, my favorite Evil Ryu design from Ultra Street Fighter 4. Perfect. You know what I also love? Card games. Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds is the best show. Don't argue with me on that one. As such, this year, I got myself a little Stardust Dragon! The ace monster of Yusei Fudo, and perfection. 1-to-1 look, pose of the card in general. And we had the red eyes and blue eyes in the year before, but this one is really going after the original design of the figure from the card, from the show and whatnot, and it paints it in a beautiful gray finish that's somewhat metallic but not too much. You know, it's not over the top, it has a beautiful shine to it, has a nice heft to it, has a perfect size and the perfect pose to represent the Stardust Dragon. It doesn't get much better than this. I still don't know anything about Arknights, but the Figma Arknight Shen is one of the best figures. How did that happen? I don't even know. I picked this one up completely at random. I think it was pre-owned or a reduced price or whatever, and I just looked at the design and I thought like, this could be cool. She comes with a lot of good stuff. Holy hell, is this one of the best releases. Very clean in the look. Had some cool articulation applications to really bring out some more dynamic poses. Comes with a huge armory of these giant swords which have like a amazing gunmetal look to it. Small details here and there, and overall the design that really grows on me the more I look at it. Very fun to handle, play around with, and absolutely one of the best. The SH Figuarts line has been going for what, 10 years, 12 years, I don't even know anymore, but it's been around for a while, and one of the premier lines of SH Figuarts is Dragon Ball. So, we have another combo entry, and I have the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Superheroes character. All of them. The main reason for that is extremely simple. After all these years, after all these Gokus and Vegetas we gotten, I feel like these ones are some of the best articulation-wise, and especially the look on the faces and whatnot is fantastic. I love it. I think these are some of the best representations of the characters in general. Yes, it's a simple ones, and they could have used some more heads, like Super Saiyan heads and whatnot, but still, the expressions on there, the articulation, and the paint we got on it are super clean, super nicely looking, and we finally got, for me, the perfect Gohan and the perfect Piccolo. Because, like, those are two characters we haven't gotten many of so far, and these ones, just like, those are the best. And for a figure line that has been around for this long, to release some of the best creations of said characters is reason enough for me to put it on this list. Also, they're fairly inexpensive. They didn't go like, oh, Bandai Premium, pay like $70 for another Goku. No, this is an all-around great package, and even if you're just getting into Dragon Ball, those are 4 figures you absolutely have to pick up. Do you like fan service? Because I have some good news for you. We got the Figma Sophia F Shirring. Because I like boobs and hips, that's it. List over. Anyway, no, seriously, this figure has, once again, a lot of very interesting paint application. You got like the white and like the more metallics on there. But all the blue parts, well, most of the blue parts are kind of like blue gems, see-through plastic, which makes for a great look, great design already. And also, the accessories on this one are bonkers. You have this giant kind of surfboard slash shield, which you can use for both of these ideas. And then you have her gun, which you can turn into a lance, or you can turn it into a pistol. You can swap around parts to make your own accessories. That adds so much more playability, so much more options for posing, and just gives me one of the best looking figures in general of this year. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a bright and friendly show for kids and adults who love their nostalgia. Unless you go with the NECA Universal Monsters. Now hear me out on this one. First and foremost, all these figures look amazing. The amount of detail, shading, and the dark tones to it stand out in such a good way in all these bright and colorful TMNT figures that I usually have. But also, these are completely new designs created for this line. Yes, the old school toys had like Universal monsters, also here's like Leonardo, and also have like April as the bride, which is still in the box, but I will review more of these because I'm completely in love with the idea, bringing us to life, making a whole bunch of new different designs for the turtles as monsters. Kind of limited in articulation, I gotta be honest about that, but still, these things are special, and it's just a great look, and I can't get enough of it. False Lunder. It seems like every year now, it seems like last year, we got one of these girls, one of these gals on the top of the list, and this year is no different. We got the False Lunder Figma Ronin figure. Oh, splooge. Now, overall look and detail, I mean, I love the False Lunder lineup. It's some of the best illustrations I've ever seen based on the illustrations by the man himself called Neko. And the vibe I'm getting from these characters, from these figures, is just like kind of a dark style mixed up with traditional. And we add like bonkers accessories like this sword, which is as big as the character, has a beautiful, wonderful metallic paint job, and a bunch of more metallic details on the robe itself, on the belt, which has like more painting on there, more like molding on there. And overall, I mean, this figure is still a little bit of a brick, but they still tried. They have like all these articulation points in the robe, so you can go for more dynamic poses, but I like the more traditional, standard badass. And the False Lunder lineup is so great. I already kind of predict that we're gonna have like the Nehelif or whatever her name was, the cute Anubis figure. It's probably gonna be on here next year. But let's have a look at the #1 spots. Now, I really thought long and hard about this one, and I can't believe it that I put a figure on here which I don't even have any prior attachment to. But the Arms Note Tosho Lincho-san is the best figure in terms of everything. So first and foremost, you have a character design, which looks kind of interesting. You have like this cute, kind of shy librarian character, Animu girl, which has weapons and a huge arsenal. So then we add all of that, put some amazing paint on it because all the armor parts are metallic, mixed up with the matte tones in the pants and obviously the skin tones. Then you have the added articulation points. You have like a butterfly joint, you have like the dumbbell in the back, which helps her move around. Double hinged knees on a Figma. What the hell? This is what they should have done for Doomslayer. I don't know what happened there. And then the weaponry. You can also attach all of that on the figure. You have this big ass railgun and the tonfas and the rifles in the back. Oh my god. Like, this figure hands down is the best Figma period of the year, and for me the best figure in general because it offers a whole lot of cool shit and it really goes above and beyond to make the Figma shine and does some articulation that we're not used from Figma. Again, should have done that for Doomslayer, but they didn't. So Tosho Lincho-san takes #1 because it's the best all-around figure. Thank you very much. Alright guys and gals, people of the channel, thank you very much for watching once again. I hope you start the new year off right, and happy new year already at this place. I'm going to be back next year with some more reviews. I have a lot planned. I don't know on this topic, should I do another room tour? We did one last year and I don't feel like that much has changed. I have some new ideas cooking up, especially with like the thing behind me, like the turtle stuff there. I might move that around, but yeah, that's still upcoming. But once again, Happy New Year, guys, and thank you for all the support throughout the year, and we'll start off the next year strong. Best wishes to all of you, and I hope I see you soon. Goodbye. Mwah. That was kind of a weird outro. How about like, goodbye, bang! Now I'm making up, can you make up? Is this like an outtake section? I love hololive. Okay, that's a little bit too much. Age restricted. From now on, Dragon Ball Super Superhero. Do super? Is it superhero? Super? Oh my god. Super duper.